Hey everyone, it's me, the Otaku Fangirl here to review episode 7 of Code Realize, Guardian of Rebirth. So, the beginning of the episode, and the middle of the episode, and the very end of the episode. The middle, I'm fine with. The ending, I'm a little questionable about. The beginning, also questionable about. So, we jump right back into where we left off last week with the whole, oh, look at all the bodies of Cardia in these glass containers. And then we just skip ahead to, oh, nope, they're fine, nothing happened in there whatsoever. There's supposed to be a scene that happens in there, and it didn't happen. I'm a little upset about it, because that's when we'd get something about Saint Germain. But that didn't happen. Okay. So yeah, they just completely skipped over that, and I'm like, wow, alright. So after that, Cardia feels like she should not belong with everybody, so she decides to run away, to go back where she used to be, to get answers, to find answers, and meanwhile, you know, Lupin's like, oh, I have to go find her and stuff, of course he does later, but that is when we get to learn a little bit of Cardia's past, as she met these two people, a mom and her daughter, Elaine and Etty, and seeing them, I was like, no, they have actual faces now, because in the visual novel they don't, they just have voices, and I'm just like, no, because I knew exactly what was going to happen, and they don't dwell on it a lot. Like, it doesn't give the same impact as the visual novel does, because you spent quite a bit with them, just a bit, you know, and the whole, like, Elaine dies thing, it was like, it wasn't as impactful because there was a whole conversation that her and Cardia had before she, you know, kicked the bucket. And, you know, Etty and everything, I felt bad for her still, again, because of her mother, and Elaine wanting to protect Cardia, just all this stuff that I'm just like, yeah, they hit all the good points, but they didn't dwell on it. I feel like they should have dwelled on it a little bit more, and maybe kept that cliffhanger at the end off the chart. Like, they shouldn't have done that, but anyway, so after we learn that throughout the episode, as Cardia goes back to the house, yeah, she finds a keyhole, a secret in her little room, and she finds a note to herself from her father. So yeah, and I know exactly what that contained, and I was like, oh, they're really gonna, okay, they're gonna do this now, and meanwhile, though, the villagers noticed she came back, because Etty noticed Etty's still alive and still in the village, and the villagers like, oh, you monster, come out of your house, and blah, 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 and so she does, and, yeah, that's when Lupin shows up and saves her, and I was like, oh, man, I remember this part, except the CG from the visual novel is so pretty, and like Cardia's crying and everything, and Lupin looks so handsome, and I'm just like, it's just not as pretty, man. It's just not as great. But anyway, so after that, they you know, get away from the villagers and everything, and Lupin, well, they, you know, camp out, and he explains his backstory, and I'm like, wasn't he adorable when he had his little ponytail? Ah! Because we never got to see, per se, that whole thing, like, in great detail. I mean, we did, but we didn't get to see, like, you know, it being animated was nice, and he just explains about his teacher, and I'm just like, man, why you do this to me? Why you hurt me this way, anime? But anyway, so after he explains to her that, you know, he's like, do you hate me now and everything, and blah, 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 and he's like, you know what, you're not a monster and everything. She's explaining, you know, oh, I shouldn't be with you guys, so here, take the photo back, and he's like, no, you're just a normal girl, and just, she cries. It's a beautiful scene. I really enjoyed that one, but, after that, they decide to, you know, head back to London, and they have a little encounter with Etty as they're going, and, you know, she's like, you're not a monster, Cardia, and it's great scene all around. But my biggest issue with this episode, besides the whole where they reveal, oh, by the way, she's a homunculus, Victor, revealed that, by the way, anyway, that's a moot point now, because, the whole scene of the whatever was messed up. But anyway, the other thing that kind of messed up was the whole title drop. Code Realize was actually a terrorist plan by her father, and it's just like, you know, I didn't find that out till like the very, basically last chapter even of the visual novel. I was like, you're gonna reveal this now? You're not even close to the end of the anime. What are you doing? But okay, we find that out now. So, and London's up in flames. Great. So yeah, that was this episode, and next episode proves to be quite interesting, because I saw a certain character in the preview, and I'm like, huh, okay, so what do you guys think of this episode? What do you think's gonna happen next? And I'll see you guys in whatever I review next. Bye!